Jeff Pierce joins us for a look at Apple, which is down this morning, and one that might have sort of the most relevant seasonality coming, given that January oftentimes is a bit soft for Apple, and the expectations run high around the sales. Happy New Year, Jeff Pierce.
Hey, Happy New Year. And you're right. I mean, we've got a company here that's really been betting on a hardware upgrade cycle, especially as these new AI features come out. And we've got, analysts weighing in as some numbers and data comes out along the way. UBS, which kept a neutral rating on the shares and a $236 price target, recently cut estimates below consensus based on some iPhone data. The analyst says that following another month of soft iPhone sell-through, the firm lowered their iPhone unit and revenue estimates that were already below consensus, saying given that October, November typically account for about 66% of iPhone sell-through in the December quarter, an 8% year-over-year decline in November sell-through, according to Counterpoint, has led them to lower their iPhone unit and revenue estimates to 74 million and 67.2 million, respectively. That's down from 77 and 69.7 million. The firm also updated their iPhone December revenue forecast, calling for a 4% year-over-year decline. That's versus the consensus estimates, which is about a 2% growth expectation. Now, that's not all bad news. Slightly offsetting this negative iPhone revision, they did raise their forecast for Apple services by about 1%, saying they're seeing a traction in the App Store. But the firm made about a 2% negative revision on their December quarter revenue estimates to about 120.8 billion. So some negative data here. I'm sure investors are still hopeful that we're going to see a good cycle come out of the holiday period, but some analysts are getting a little bit nervous.
All right. The chart definitely requires big numbers. The forward valuation of mid-30s, highest in Apple's history. And given that there's been a lot of sort of perception around the stock in the past as a safety trade, a security blanket, a reliable, it seems to me that the valuation is kind of a counterpoint to that. But boy, has it been solid. I've been really surprised at just how consistent it's been. There hasn't really been a lot of news flow around it. It's just been kind of grinding. And, to see some of these estimates get cut, I can get why the stock's down, but it's only down a percent. So it's just, again, it seems like it's going to take a lot, really, for the stock to break.
Yeah, I mean, we've certainly seen some pullback since that 260 we saw a little while back. But, I mean, investors, I think, have largely stayed positive on the, position that Apple has and the direction that they're going. Now, we know, again, as we look at these new iPhone sales, as we look at the kind of the AI release, which has gone rather slowly, that's what investors are really weighing on. And then, of course, looking at China and the competitive nature they've got there in China, the iPhone versus some of the other brands out there, and trying to release their AI, platform in China as well. So there's certainly some headwinds. I think investors are well aware of them. I think they're watching these headwinds play out, and they're really waiting for more strong data on the iPhone to kind of make a further decision on whether or not they're going to allow this kind of rally that's been going on for a while keep going for Apple.
Okay. All right. The $226 price target doesn't exactly inspire confidence, so kind of a negative note.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think it is a negative note. Now they're coming in below consensus. We're going to see if other analysts start to weigh in and lower their sales expectations as well and the revenue. But right now, yeah, this is not a positive outlook coming from UBS. And I think it's certainly, while we're only down about 1% or so, I think investors, if they continue to see more of this from analysts, we could start to see more of a reaction in the shares.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jeff. Good look at the note there and the narrative around iPhone sales.